Hey everyone, and welcome to another video of Terraform. My name is Tia from DevOps Easy Learning, and today we'll be going through Terraform variable, especially the any variable, right? Any variable basically works a little bit like the object variable for what we call a complex data structure, right? The only difference here is that you cannot enforce the variable type that you want as the object variable. With the object variable, you can basically enforce the variable type that you want as default, but any variable you cannot do that, right? That is not possible, and I will explain. I will explain what I mean, right? And I think we have a video already on object variable. If you want to learn how that works, please, I'll put the video in the description of this videos here. Now, let me go ahead here and click here. This will go ahead and take me to my GitHub repository, and we'll have one example here that I'm going to use, right? I don't kind of like to deal with stuff through GitHub console. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy this specific path here, and I've cloned the repository already. And you can go ahead and do so. It's the public repository. You can fork it, and you can also clone it down, navigate to this path, use your text editor, and open it, and you can go ahead and follow the same steps here. Let me open my terminal here, and right now, so far, I am at the root of that repository. I'm going to cd and paste it here, and I am in those specific example. We don't just Terraform have any variables here. I can go ahead here and kind of open code here, and we'll have like a two little example here. Let me click on the first one, and this is another one here, but I'm just going to explain one, right? Here we have a variable here, and this variable here, what is going on is that we set it as type any, and any variable type any means we can have string, we can have variable type string in here, we can have a list in here, we can have even a map, we can have even a boolean, we can have a number, and so on. The only difference between this and the object variable, which is also for a data for a very complex data structure, is this. If you hook over here, let me look a boolean input object variable. If you click on object variable and just hit this, you guys can see that with object variable, we can kind of enforce the data type that we want. We want the AMI ID, but that must be a string. And if this is not a string, it's going to fail. Instance type, we want that to be a string. If this is not a string, it is going to fail. And you guys can see map here, it is what? It is just a map of string. This here, it is a map of string. And the VPC security group will put it as type list. As you guys can see here, list. That means we can kind of enforce what we want here. But if you want to use type any, you cannot enforce anything. It can take any, it can be anything that you want, right? I mean, the choice is yours based on your requirement and based on what you want to do. You can go ahead and either use the object variable or the variable type any. Now, the goal of this video is just to see how we can basically refer that in our Terraform configuration to create a resource. Let's say I want to create an EC2 instance, and here I have the AMI. How am I going to get the AMI ID out of this variable type any? I will just say instance, that was a var.instance underscore parameters. And what am I getting in here? I want the AMI ID. That it will grab that. Let's say I want the instance type, the same thing apply, and I want the instance type. It will just grab it and punch it here. The key is already, I have this key already in my AWS account. The VPC security group, I have one already that was created with all traffic. You can always use Terraform to do so if you want, or if you don't want to do so, you can make sure that you change this and put your own VPC security group ID, right? And if you don't want to do so, you can always use Terraform to create one. And also the subnet ID, within my default subnet, I basically grab one subnet ID and block it in here. Make sure that you change the subnet ID accordingly. And this will be the root device. I basically set it as 10 gig. And right here, 10 gig if you don't set anything, if you remove this block of code, the default for Linux operating system will be 8 gig. And if you want to create a Windows server or any Windows machine, the default is 30 gig. Don't forget. And here the tag, it is going to just load all the tag. That means we say var.instance_parameter.tag, and it will go ahead and load all the tags and put it here. And that's it. Let me go ahead now and kind of trigger this code here. I'm not going to explain this. You can go ahead and check this one out and try to understand what it's doing. But if you check it and you don't understand, please let me know in the comment below, and I'll go ahead and do another video just for example 2. Let me open this one in new integrated terminal. And here, we can go ahead here and fire up Terraform, or type Terraform in it to kind of download the provider. And after that, we'll type Terraform plan and we'll apply. As you guys can see here, we set, we are saying here that with the provider, please download something in between 4 but not 5. And have decided to download the 4.6.67.0. Let me go ahead here and just type Terraform apply, because I know exactly what it's going to do. And this is going to launch an EC2 instance in AWS. And the name of that instance should be just VM. This is a little bit slow, don't know why. Let us wait. Here we cannot do anything, and I can go ahead here and just hit yes, and this will go ahead and fire up one EC2 instance in AWS. If you hook over to AWS, I am logging already, and if you click here, you guys will see here that I have under EC2 instance. If you check here, there will be one in pending state already. Let me remove the filter. One here in pending state. And if we check the name here is VM. And if we check the tag here, it is just created by and the name which is VM. And that is exactly what we set in the code here, right? That's exactly what we put here. We define the tag to be this right here. That is the tag that we define. And the deployment is done. I'm not going to connect. I will just go ahead and destroy that. Please, when you are doing your testing, as soon as you are done, make sure that you destroy it so that AWS will not charge you, right? Make sure that you do the cleanup. If you like this video, please let us know in the comment below. And also, if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so that when we publish a new content, you'll be notified. Thank you. Bye-bye.